So today we are going to solve some quadratic equations where a isn't 1. Now usually what people do when they solve these equations is they always go for the discriminant method, which is the first method that we are going to take a look at. But this method isn't necessarily the best. So I'm going to show you a second way to do these equations, and maybe you'll like the second method much better. Personally, I like it much better because it is much easier and you don't even have to find the discriminant in the second method. So let's begin with the first equation. Feel free to write it down on your paper as well, or don't. It is totally up to you. So let's calculate the discriminant. It will be b squared minus 4 times a times c. B squared will be 4 minus 4 times 2 times minus 24. This will be 4 minus 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 24 is 192, and that will give us 196, which is a very good discriminant because the square root of this discriminant is 14. Now what we do next is calculate both roots by using the discriminant. So we'll need to divide this by 2 times a. Here we will have minus b, and then we will add and subtract the square root of the discriminant. So let's just split it up in two cases. So 2 times a is 4, minus b is 2, minus the discriminant will be 14. This will be minus 12 divided by 4 is minus 3. Now we have one of the roots, and the second root will be 2 plus 14 divided by 4 is 16 divided by 4 equals 4. So our two roots is minus 3 and 4. Now let's use the second method and we will get the same results. Give me a second to clean this up. There we go. So the second method is you take this 2 and you multiply it with this 24. So we can rewrite the equation like this. 2 times 24 is 48 equals 0. Notice that the 2 isn't here anymore. It is a 1 now. Now we will use the quadratic theorem, or whatever you may call it, to calculate the two roots. The multiplication of these two roots should be 48, and the sum of these roots should be the opposite of b, which in this case is 2. And the answer to this is, of course, 6 and 8, because 6 times 8 is 48, and minus 8 plus, I apologize, minus 6 plus 8 is 2, which is the opposite of this b, where b is minus 2. So the answer is minus 6 and 8. But we must not forget to divide these two roots with this 2 that we used to multiply 24 with. So let's put this 2 under here, equals 4, equals minus 3. And these are the same roots that we got using the discriminant method. Now, I don't know, but you can choose your favorite method. You can write it down in the comments. Maybe you have a different method as well that you might share with us. But this, in my opinion at least, is much easier than using the discriminant and then calculating each root separately and taking the square root of the discriminant. This is much easier.